I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were back already. I've been going through my spam folder to make sure I haven't missed any important emails. I learned that lesson from the Republicans. Charlie Webster, chairman of the Maine GOP, is now blaming a spam folder for a caucus night debacle that could take the state away from Willard Mitt Romney. Politico reports today, quote, the state party has numerous clerical errors, even omitting some votes because email reporting tallies went to spam in an email account. Spam? You may have named the wrong winner because of spam folders. This is a total mess. But it's just par for the course in this GOP presidential race for a party that just loves to talk about voter fraud. In Iowa, a recount revealed that Rick Santorum actually won the caucus, not Willard as originally thought. And in Nevada, it took 2 extra days to get the final results amid charges of fraud and conspiracies. Republicans can't get their own house in order, but they still think they have the right to force voter ID laws on the rest of us. Clearly, these laws are about voter suppression, not voter integrity. Joining me now, Judith Brown, Deanna's co-director of the Advancement Project, a civil rights group focused on issues of democracy and race. Thank you for joining me tonight, Judith.
Thank you for having me, Reverend Sharpton.
If Republicans can't get voting in their own election straight, why should anyone listen to their views about voter ID laws?
I mean, this shows, a lot of hypocrisy on their part. And really what they're doing is that they talk about they want election integrity and they talk about how they don't want voter fraud. But in fact, they're ready to suppress the vote of even their own party members by not counting their votes, by saying they fell into a spam folder. But really, and what is at the heart of this is that they have decided who should participate and whose vote should be counted. This isn't the first time we saw it. We saw it in 2000, right? Let's not count all the votes. So we need to understand at the heart of what is happening with voter ID is about who gets to vote, who doesn't get to vote, and whose votes at the end of the day should be counted.
Now, Judith, and what is interesting is these voter ID laws that you have been dealing with, that we're getting ready to march on, have nothing to do with the things that we're talking about here and don't solve any of the problems they have themselves. For example, caucuses will take place in 3 counties in Maine tomorrow, according to the Boston Globe. Washington County, where bad weather closed the polls. Hancock County, where they planned over a year to have staggered caucuses, and one in Kennebec County. But let me let you hear what Charlie Webster had to say about tomorrow's caucuses shouldn't count.
11. Caucuses, do we want to, add that number to the total? I mean, at this point, what difference does it make what the total is?
Can you imagine the state chairman of a party having a state caucus saying, what difference does the total mean? The difference is who won the caucus.
This is the real voter fraud, right? It's like, let's not count every vote. This is no different from what the Governor Ehrlich's campaign person did in Maryland when they did a robocall to tell people, stay home because O'Malley already won when in fact he hadn't. It's about suppressing the vote, and It seems like they just decided, we know who won, so we don't need to count your votes any longer.
Now, you must also remember, Judith, Webster, the state chair in Maine that just said total doesn't matter. He's also the one that tried to disenfranchise college students from voting. Listen to this.
Today I will be hand delivering the names of 206 individuals that have committed, I believe, voter fraud here in Maine. Several of these out-of-state students to vote in and out of Maine selectively. Sometimes at home, sometimes in Maine. These actions are simply wrong and, I believe, illegal.
Now, he wants to stereotype, broad brush all of the college students to disenfranchise them. What is interesting, they don't want in Iowa caucus and any of these other caucuses or primaries, they're not asking for voter ID for their primaries and caucuses. They're asking them for the general. I wonder what's the difference.
Oh, we know what the difference is, Reverend Sharpton. It's that 11% of Americans don't have it. 25% of African Americans do not have state-issued photo identification. In Wisconsin, 78% of African American males between 18 and 24 don't have state-issued photo identification. So, you know, they know who they're targeting.
Thank you, Judith. You have a great weekend.
We'll
be right back.